We have to change, because if we want to be meaningful partners and meaningful contributors to Tanzania's development, we have to change the way we do business, because we are overly expensive, overly bureaucratic, extremely slow, and usually very projectized and very fractured. So all of these are issues that we need to change around, and we can do it.
For about 50 years, the UN has been in Tanzania, supporting the government, trying to deal with both development and humanitarian challenges. And in 2007, in January, we entered a new era.
Tanzania, along with the other pilots, is exercising a leadership role, and the experience of the delivering is one experiment here in this country will be watched very closely by all member states of the United Nations.
Delivering as one in Tanzania is basically a simple way of saying that the UN will sat down to really put their energy and the planning together so that the way in which we work will actually have much bigger impact and will not be as fragmented as it has been in the past.
Figuring where the UN can add strategic value and can actually position itself to be a strategic advisor to the government, particularly on policy issues, particularly on issues on how budgets are articulated and spent, how to establish the priorities, how to formulate poverty reduction strategies, how to respond to humanitarian emergencies.
Just getting people to bring their mandates to the table without fear and suspicion around each other. I think that's been one of the biggest tasks of beginning to work to see how to deliver as one UN.
We have come through a very intense process of formulating one program, which is currently consisting of 6 joint programs, where different UN agencies take the leadership role in terms of articulating the strategy and coordinating the action of the UN in different thematic areas, whether they be employment generation, support to the private sector, support to rural, local development, reducing maternal mortality.
What we are going to do is look at how to strengthen health systems within Tanzania, trying to work through government systems and structures to strengthen them so that they are better able to deliver on maternal and newborn and child health. The other one is to look at how to influence the demand for services for pregnant women and for childbirth and immediately thereafter.
We have, increased the level of collaboration between all the agencies. So we've sat down, we've developed our plans together, we're implementing communication activities to a higher degree jointly than what we did before. We've always been working together, but now we're really trying to ensure that we are well coordinated in everything we do.
We had the opportunity to work with other agencies like UNIDO, ILO and UNDP on similar programs that we had actually before been working separately on. So we were able to get together to focus our efforts towards the same result, working together.
Turning this around a little bit and listening to government, listening to civil society, listening to our partners and say, where is the UN better able to deliver its unique intervention?
The one budgetary framework actually can show what the resources we are bringing in the country and what other resources we are planning to mobilize to actually support the one program.
You know, it's part of giving the government more ownership of the whole development process, for them to be the managers of the money instead of the UN agencies.
We're trying to mobilize resources on behalf of the whole UN family in order to undertake another of the ones, which is the one program. So the one fund and the one program are intimately interlinked.
With the one fund set up, I don't have to go out and try to mobilize funding for FAO activities, what we are supposed to be doing in terms of providing technical advisory services and technical assistance in the country. The one fund can do that. So I don't feel that pressure of mobilizing as an individual or as an individual agency to do what we need to do.
One office is about programmatic coherence, it's about programmatic support. The other side of it is that it, on the kind of efficiency side, is that it should cost less. A lot of the way the UN's working at the moment is it's got all these parallel operation structures providing exactly the same services to program colleagues. So you've got basically 14 agencies here in Tanzania, and you've got 14 HR contacts, you've got 14 finance contacts, you've got 14 procurement contacts, and you've got 14 different IT systems. I don't think you need that, you probably need one, and that's what the One Office is all about.
We have a role of monitoring the early warning systems, we do it jointly. We are moving forward very fast to try to get our act together and move also under one roof. So the next step will be building an emergency situation room where the emergency coordinators are sitting. Then it's much easier to work together.
We have a whole team of operational managers of the different UN agencies working together as a one team, trying to really do a mapping of all the ongoing operational setups that different agencies have, and trying to see how we can create economies of scales, economies of efficiency, if you will, and how we can harmonize business practices.
With the one leader, what we're trying to do is to harmonize our voice and have one coordinator in the person or resident coordinator to be stronger in his or her ability to really project the UN voice and the UN plan out there.
The role of the resident coordinator's office has really been fundamental in articulating and providing, if you will, this cross-sectoral support, as we're able to provide services to all the UN agencies. I think we have been lucky that we've been able to undertake a reform process that has been marked by its inclusiveness. We have made sure that we don't have certain agencies on board and others who are not part of this picture. We have been taking tremendous care to make sure that not just the resident agencies, but even the non-resident agencies, and they're very important players.
This is not just about an organization trying to change structures and harmonize systems and so on. It's about people. We want to see better results in poverty reduction.
Recruit excellent people, but we ask them to do very menial, very boring, very bureaucratic type of jobs. So how we liberate, the energy, the thinking process, the contribution to development, because at the end of the day we're here to improve people's lives, to reduce poverty, to make a difference in people's lives.